And Ertis, what is your official title?
All right, everyone, we are live from Madagascar, and we are so excited that you're all joining us this morning. My name is Megan McGrath. I'm the Education Programs Manager here at the Duke Lemur Center in Durham, North Carolina. But as many of you know, we also work directly with the Malagasy people in Madagascar. And so I am joined this morning by James Herrera, who's going to host, and Evrard Benasoavina, who is one of our Malagasy coworkers working in conservation education over in Madagascar. So without further ado, I will take you all over there with James so you can see a field trip in Madagascar.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us and happy World Lemur Day. I'm going to be behind the camera because you're not here to see me. You're here to see everybody here in Madagascar. So just a quick hello. I want to introduce Evrard Benasoavina. He's our environmental education specialist with DLC. Say hi.
Hi.
Here is Ertis from Macolline, environmental educator and a specialist of everything having to do with Madagascar biodiversity. And Liliane, also environmental educator. And here are the kids from Ambunjana, Ambunjana, which is also a famous band of Madagascar. And they all have come to join us today for World Lemur Day to celebrate all the wonderful things that are lemurs. And they've made these adorable little lemur masks. And we're going to open it up to them and for Evrard and Ertis to show us what they do best. And the kids are already prepped. They are experts in lemurs, so they're going to share with us what they know. They're going to be the teachers. So take it away, Evrard.
Yeah. Okay. Today we are here at Macolline. But before we come here, a long time ago, I was in their school teach them about the lemur. And today, before we come to the top here also, and to make sure that they are understand, know about what to learn before. And here we just do the practice. Yeah.
Great.
It's in ang penaliza Andrew mga kurma yan rin yan kasi kung that's covered teaching. Huh?
So they ask, what day is it?
Huh? Mafil? Andrew token wani?
World Lemur Day.
Manilang tanse. If may kumba pa ska
Everybody knows lemurs? Yes. What kind of lemurs do you know? Futsifei, also known as woolly lemur. Maki, the ringtail lemur. Bukumbulu, the bamboo lemur. Babakutu, the indri.
Yeah, inka rektakin farda kanyoing.
CD, mouse lemur.
Yeah, the earrings and karas na kumba. The functioning on page is a vezeng ken havina kumba big.
Where do lemurs live?
Is zeng tandas nanas.
Madagascar.
Yeah, so we just give teratani malagas. The functioning on page
only found in Madagascar.
Bibi
are lemurs animals that we should keep at home? No, we can't keep them in our homes. Yeah, lemurs shouldn't be kept at home. They're wild animals who live in the forest.
The functioning of the in zo is quandrihid. Some manangantangani. Ano cousin, I'm lemurian dabilembo mga tenatino.
What kind of lemur do you like?
Ano.
The injury. We were playing some videos and listening to their calls earlier.
Lemurien, iny zegny karazana lemurien tianao izy koa anao edy am'le marobe aby. Mademoiselle akaty ô. Anao. Bukumbulu.
Bukumbulu,
Yeah.
the bamboo lemur.
Yeah.
Zakuatia bukumbulu.
Iny zao, fantenenana magnaraka hoe, iny zao mbô ilay fa tombonsoa azontsika amin'ny fanagnantsika ny akoho.
What are the benefits to people of lemurs? What are the benefits of lemurs for people? They help us grow trees. Lemurs are important seed dispersers. By eating the fruits, then they digest the seeds, and in their feces, they have seeds that grow much better than the tree seeds that just fall, that haven't been eaten by lemurs. What other benefits are there? We have lots of tourists and visitors who come to Madagascar to see the lemurs, and that means lots of work, and it's a really important part of the economy.
Izy koa zegny sisy lemurien tsika tsisy akomba vazaha vandafy na ny gasy avy lavitry tsy andeha amintsika ty indrindra fa antsika mifaty-sava tsy andeha fidery satria tsisy komba.
Without lemurs, there wouldn't be so many tourists, and that would mean less jobs for people and less visitors, less people learning about Madagascar.
Ohatra zegny guide zegny ohatra zegny magnano artiste iny Liliany, izy koa fa misy vazaha avakany na vahiny na gasy andeha Macolline ty zare mandeha ty mitondra magnazava amizare.
Tourism is very important for the local economy. That means jobs for people like all of our team, like Ertis and Lilian and Evrard, and for guides who take tourists to the parks. Now he asks, should we hunt lemurs or keep them as pets? We are not supposed to do that. Who says they're still going to go eat lemurs or capture lemurs and keep as pets? Everyone says none of us. How many of you have taken lemurs in the past? But everybody knows that now they're not supposed to. They won't do it anymore. Now that you know that they're wild animals that are only supposed to live in the forest, you know that we shouldn't go and capture them. And now that you know there's so many benefits to them, you know that we should protect them. Does anybody have any questions? And they say no. How about all of you all? Actually, I'll ask a question. Inni karazana akumba mande Antoanjo, de inni karazana akumba mande Alana. What kind of lemur goes out during the day and what kind goes out at night? Jovitia mamali mubani Antoanjo. Jovim bulasina mali mitsi. You. Yeah. Which animals go out during the day? Bukumbulu, the bamboo lemur, goes out during the day. De mande Alana, inni karazana mande Alana. Oh, Mazuta, you know. The tsitsihi, the Kairagalius, they only come out at night. Innakua. Burundulu, that's the barn owl, which also only comes out at night. We were talking about, actually, a lot of people have fear and superstitions about it. They're actually called the ghost bird, the barn owl. You could probably imagine why. But we were talking about there's nothing to fear, and actually they're a big help for farmers because they eat all the rats. Matsana, Mandea Matsana. What kind of lemurs go out during the day? Maki, the ringtail lemur. Sidi, Sidi Simande Antoine from Mande Alana. She said mouse lemurs, but we're still working on our diurnal and nocturnal. Yeah. Babakutu Mande Antoine Salana. Yeah, Indri goes out during the day. Diurnal. No? Ini karazana Mande Alana. Akumba. Fossa. Fossa Uranus or Fossa Bay? He's talking about the fossa, which is the important predator of the lemurs, and we were talking about them too, that they also go out at night hunting lemurs. How many species of lemurs are there in Madagascar? Sandu's 112, according to some of the latest research, although there's probably still more out there to be found. Maybe some of our discoverers are among us here. Which is the biggest lemur? Babakutu, the Indri, is the biggest lemur. Which is the smallest? CD, the mouse lemur, is the smallest. How many grams is the smallest lemur? 30 grams, that's right. Microcebus berthae, the smallest mouse lemur. Smallest primate, in fact. And the Indri is 10 kilos, the biggest lemur. Very good. What other animal is in the same group? We're saying family, but it's not taxonomic family, but in the same general group as lemurs. Humans, that's right. Ulumbelina. People are in the same group as the lemurs, primates. What makes lemurs so similar to humans? That's right. They nurse, they lactate, or like all mammals, they lactate just like lemurs and people. They nurse their young. Baba, they carry their infants. Most of them carry their infants like people. They stand, they jump, they eat. Innati, inti, nanti, anki be. Te ulumbela naman na anki be, sizay? Teni ankumba mishi anki be sasi. That's right. People and lemurs have thumbs, opposable thumbs. So since we're so closely related, we should protect them, right? Yeah. Just like, yeah, we shouldn't hunt lemurs because they are so closely related, and we should try to protect them. So if people want to eat meat, what should they eat? Beef. Everybody loves beef. Fish. Duck. One of my favorites. We have geese. I also heard pig, pork. Chickens. So one of the main reasons people do hunt lemurs is because meat is a very scarce resource, but there are many animals that we can keep as domesticated animals and raise them to have a source of meat and protein, which is very important for nutrition. How many of you keep chickens at home? Almost everybody. How many of you have eaten your chickens? But they said they don't eat them often, only for special occasions. Maybe on Sundays, for Independence Day. Whenever there's a party, they're not something they get to eat very often. So we can keep chickens, we can keep ducks and geese. It's not difficult. He says you should ask your parents, I want to take care of the chickens, and that's the way you learn. So this way, whenever you have a party, you'll have chickens that you can eat to celebrate. But we don't have to go to the forest to look for wildlife. We don't. So there are many domesticated animals that we can keep, so we don't have to go to the wild animals for food. I see we have a question from the viewers, so we'll ask them this question, which is, how do lemurs get around? Do they walk? Do they jump? Mishi fantanea na vinzoreo andafi. Inuni fumba mandea ni akumba. Inuni fumba mandea. Izi sangara matuvi ulumbela na ochanti sa karakori. Mandadi. Ijovi mahe manazava. Manazava. They say they crawl, and we're going to see if anybody wants to demonstrate. Wabiati, he's going to demonstrate how do the lemurs walk. Oh. Very good. De manakori ni simpona, easy Monday mananing sa karakori. Aina reo ni simpona nani baba kutu ini fumba pandea. And then I'm asking, what about the shafaka? How do they move? And then they say misot, they jump. So who's going to demonstrate? Sarabe. Yeah, Sarabezan. Shafaka are famous for what they call the vertical clinging and leaping. So they hang on to the trunks of the trees and then they jump kind of like they're on a pogo stick. Karazingi. Yeah. Sorry if that just totally broke up, but I had to demonstrate my shafaka dance. Yeah. Any other questions from our audience? The kids are primed and ready to answer all your questions. And it doesn't have to be just about lemurs. If we have any kids in the crowd who are interested in what it's like to be a kid in Madagascar. Jovitia Manazava, Inareo Jabi Uchue Tereka Tamvel Saiza. So I asked how many were born here in the city, because we're outside of the city of Antala. And these children were all born in the countryside. Yeah. So many of the children who go to school in the city, they originally come from the farmlands in the countryside. And they went to secondary school, no? Yes. So they're in secondary school. Most of the villages in the countryside don't have secondary schools. So they have to go all the way to the city just to go to what do we call it, middle school, and to go to high school, and to go any higher than basically elementary school. We have an excellent question from the crowd, and I know everybody knows the answer, so we're going to have everybody answer at once. The question was, what does the injury sound like? Sami mamali. Sami mamali. Vuna. Ina ni feu ni babakutu. Karakori ni feu. Excellent question and excellent rendition of the injury. Can't have a lemur lesson plan without having an injury vocalization. We also did the Varesia, but even I have a hard time imitating the rough lemurs. Jovi mita didi ni feo ni varicanda. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, that was a mistake. Wait, okay. Mahaya na reo. Mahaya mare sa kamyara kamya kumba refa mahita nazi. Te mishi fantane na kuwa bizareo andafi. Zabadebe ve ni atiala mnia kumba sa si zabadebe. So the question from the audience was, are forests important for lemurs? And they all responded unanimously and emphatically, very important. Zabadebe. More questions, they're ready. Everybody's ready. So de inareo manana fantaneana petikam zareo andafi. Manana fantaneana mumbani bibi misham na andafi uwacha sa inna.
Inu fantanendi. Something not something that.
I'm going to see if they have any questions for you all.
Inu fantaneanga petikandin amzari mamala.
Maybe we could just put the... Oh, Sotobe. She asked, when are you all going to come visit us here in Madagascar? I think everybody in the
audience. I'll speak personally for me, which is as soon as I can.
Izinamali meti sihuela.
Yeah, demakaski bibi boyin jengra azundin tanin putan jengo.
He wants to know, what's the biggest kind of animal we have in the U.S.?
Oh, that's an excellent question. I think probably that would be the buffalo. Right?
Buffalo. Yeah, probably. I was actually just struggling a little bit. I'm thinking like horse, but yeah, buffalo is probably the biggest. Dafi nishikarazana aombi.
Or grizzly bears.
Yeah, I was thinking grizzly bear, but probably the bison. Definitely the bison's got to be bigger.
Yeah.
But yeah, easy karazana aombi fa aombi d. The easy mandea sisi ulu mi karakaranazi si mitarimani fa mandea fona. The easy meti niocha raiton. Siaiko sarabe for which a feet kilo easy fa tena moventi. Which way double ni ombi. Ramish ni ombi, easy whichum double ni ombi. I'm trying to explain, it's like twice the size of their average cows here. Buffalo, not bison. Bison sanani, buffalo sanani. Karazana umbi, the easy man na tang chakwa. Fantanay na hafa. Yep. BB. Tenaheli? What is our smallest animal? And let's stick with mammals, because I'm sure we can imagine very, very tiny arthropods.
All right, I'm going to give this a moment because I want to see if anybody in the chat is going to respond, and we have a bit of a delay. But I'll think of my own answer too while I'm thinking about it.
Okay. Izreumbula mandinka. Nyan's Kaylee said, "Yeah, Mishiulu, which way Kara Taratarai Kaylee, ni feun sikas, ni feun zereo, de Mianji, so de Mishiulu angi manana hevcha."
Yeah.
Pasara fantanen.
Sana pili fantanen. As katake na ito, mis bitang mabenta msika akalas nakutang mabenta msika nangambaras katake. Na akalas nakutang madinki nangambaras katake bomong tan zariko we in lemba mabenti kalas na bibi in madinki the zariko sing mamali the some maezing at kabaki. Say yeah.
Evrard explains, so you guys knew the biggest lemur and the smallest lemur that we have, and now we're going to learn more about what they have abroad.
So we're thinking that probably mice are some of our smallest animals if we think about furry creatures we have.
Yeah. Anata ni bibi mamp nunu, ni bibi far ni keli, ni tutuzi. Karazana tutuzi. Far mateka tana madenka. Yinaremo hai tutuzi, is that? Tutuzi karanamana vulavu fa hapa hapa kelin. Manding tinka para por. Vula futi. Tutuzi ochani. Ansinsi. There are many different dialects and many different ways of saying the same animal. I knew Tutuzi, they call it Ansinsi. Ansinsi?
Yeah.
Ansinsi. Bulumiana Chizaku. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you can help me out, Megan. Just to, I mean, I don't even know. I don't want to hazard a guess, but how many kilos would a buffalo be?
Oh, I think that's going to require a quick search. Give me just a moment.
Okay. Milamana fikaruna lua fasara beni fantanena na. Isa hai sima pantacha de easy mana fikaruna veteti. I said 1 ton just to be exaggerating, but I'm sure that
you're not that far off. I have 2,200 pounds. So
yeah,
as the biggest that a male can get. Let me see what that is in kilos. Yep,
yeah.
that is almost 1,000 kilos.
Yeah, which is yeah, basically a ton.
Mm-hmm.
What? Raiton. I now want raiton. Arrivo kilo. 1,000 kilo. 600 kilo. 1,000 kilo. 1,000 kilo. Moventi. Moventi be. Is tenamatanzaka de ramishi fiara mandea miarabe marichanazi. Easy manimbani fiara. Mm-hmm. that there's a type of car here that I guess the brand or whatever you call it, a model is a buffalo. So now when they see that word, they'll know what it means. Any other questions from our crowd? We do have one more activity planned. Well, a couple different activities, but we don't want to keep everybody abroad for too long. And we did have a question for the kids, which is, actually we have a couple. We have one, which is, have any of them ever seen a fusa? Nareo efa nahita fusa be? Nahita mashu? Sanganatanana. Wow. Sambacha. Yeah, all these kids have seen the fusa. So earlier when we first put up the fusa, they said, yeah, it eats our chickens.
Oh. So they're very familiar.
Yeah, people don't necessarily like them as their favorite because they come and eat the chickens in the coops, but they're also, you know, a valuable part of the environment. Well, I think we can recognize that with how people feel about wolves and coyotes in North America, so we're familiar. Absolutely. All right, so I think we asked a lot of them about favorite species of lemur earlier in the video, but we also have a question. First, a compliment that they all look very good in their uniforms, and just wondering about where they get them and if they like wearing uniforms when they're in school or on trips. Yeah. Israel andafini lazweit Sara Beni akanzona ni costume sa in kumitani uniform blues. Sara Beni blues in areo, deni fantane na voluni, tien areo atal blues, deni farrua aizanu aiza mahitanazi uchin mi vidinazi. Tiena? And they team on blues. Yeah. They do like to wear them. And Aizami Vanganazi. And they buy them in the markets. Some in the markets, some at stores, particular stores. So here, especially, they still have a lot of like open air markets where you kind of, you know, every town has a market day and the streets are just lined with vendors and booths and stuff. Sometimes parents will buy them, you know, a little bit beat up, and then they'll sew them at home and fix them up. Yeah, uniforms are pretty standard here. I think almost all schools do uniforms, or, you know, the blouses, they said. Interesting snapshot into the culture. Yeah, and they're from a public school. There are private schools, but they're few and difficult for people to go to because they're expensive. The public schools are free, you know, in theory, but the private schools you have to pay. All right. Boom. So while we still have some time, we have one more activity that we wanted to share with you all, which is an integral activity for Macolline. And I forgot to explain a little bit more. So Macolline with Monsieur Ertis here and Madame Liliane. It is basically a botanical park and interpretive center where the whole goal is to teach people about the value of the environment And maybe I'll let Ertis explain a little bit more.
Yeah, Macolline is a botanical trail, and our main activity is teaching people about how important environment is, especially forest. So here we plant with kids, and yeah, we try to explain them every time when we bring them here what kind of trees are used for like firewood or charcoal, what type of trees should not be touched. So it's something like that. And some types of trees are good for lemurs. So we have many tree can give fruits. Yeah, that's we do here. So
Yeah.
we will plant later, right?
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Are there any lemurs here at Macolline?
Yeah,
What kind of lemurs?
bamboo and mouse lemurs.
Bamboo and mouse lemurs. Excellent. So I have to stay until it gets dark so I can see
Yeah.
your mouse lemurs.
Yeah, there was a time I came here with Evrard, and that was his first time to see lemur at Macolline.
Great.
That was a bamboo lemur, right?
The bamboo lemur. Excellent.
The last year.
Yeah.
The last year.
Really? Wow. Hopefully we'll get to see one today, but maybe I'll come back another day in the evening so we can do a night hike.
That would be great.
Yeah. And I just want to share, it's also an amazing place to visit because it's just absolutely beautiful. It's right outside of a big city, and it's like the only green space where you can really get out and be in nature and learn about the environment and just enjoy the fresh air and the quiet. This is a really important river that they have in Antala. To the right is called the river on the right, and to the left is called the river on the left. And you just take these rivers, you can probably see the boat. I don't know if I can zoom in. Yeah, I can zoom in. You can see a little boat there, little dugout canoes often, or little motorboats that people take to go all the way up the river to their villages and then come all the way with their agricultural products to the city to sell. Down here, maybe you can see the rice fields where people produce, their own rice. And so now, returning to the beautiful Macolline forest, we're going to go check out a little bit more about what they have here at Macolline in terms of the trees. And the kids are going to help to bring this forest back to life by planting some trees. Okay. Hello, Isika.
Yeah.
You can explain to us all about the different trees that we have, those that were planted, those that are natural.
Okay. Oh, got this. Yeah. Ada yang boleh kakak escreveu. Yeah. Zeng follow zeng daqui. Escreva já, kakak maldito. Escreva que o dia que sente que uma boleh kakak. Zeng.
Who wants to plant trees? I think that was unanimous. Why is it good to plant trees? To give us clean air. It's important for protecting our water. Clean water. What are the advantages? What are the benefits that the lemurs will have to planting trees? Oh, yeah, it gives shade. It gives shade for the animals in the forest and for us, especially now it's getting to be the hot season. The trees are their home. That's where they live. That's right. They love them. They love them. They love the trees. Yeah, that's where they get their food. What kind of food do they eat? They eat the leaves. They eat, oh, he says especially the bamboo leaves for the bamboo lemur. They like bananas. They do. Sometimes they'll be a little naughty and sneak into the people's fields and eat their fruits.
Manga. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Lychees.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they know all about our domestic trees. So we had just one question before we go over, and maybe I can explain while we walk over. So the question was, what is like the relationship between DLC and Macolline? If I was reading really quickly, but so DLC, we have a number of different programs here in this SAVA region, which is in the northeast of Madagascar, and we partner with local stakeholders, local actors who are ambitious and motivated, like Ertis and Lilian, and they want to do great things with the environment. So we really care about kind of engaging with and empowering local stakeholders to be able to do the things that they want to do. So we do a lot of activities specifically with Macolline, bringing school kids. We kind of assist technically, financially with bringing the students to visit. There's a lot of costs like transportation to get the kids here, so we help out with that. And then we also collaborate with Ertis. He goes to all the different schools in the SAVA, teaching the teachers how to include the environment in their everyday curriculum. So, Ertis and I discuss a lot about which schools that they should go to, and we find support for them through our grants and donations. And that's how he's able to keep doing the great work he's doing. There's lots of other donors. It's not just DLC, and we're very grateful to have such amazing colleagues who find support in all different places. Hopefully that answers the question. So
I think it does beautifully.
Great. Yeah, so for example, Macolline is one that we partner with. We work with communities that want to do reforestation on their lands. This morning I got to go hiking in one of the big mountains here where they're trying to grow trees in places that have been deforested because of people this is where they get the wood to build their home. There's no Home Depot. They go to the forest, and this is just how life is. And so they are ambitious to grow trees to be able to have those trees for the future. We have a number of different teachers who help to spread the word. So for example, Evrard works very closely with a teacher, Arsene, and another Miali, who go from school to school teaching the lemur lesson plan, like Evrard basically just demonstrated for us. We collaborate with the Madagascar National Parks for various activities in the parks. So here the children are learning basically how the how-to, best practices of growing trees. Macolline has an amazing tree nursery where they grow native trees as well as fruit trees. Inti kakashti?
Oh, kakazambol nanjeyu, sifunchui.
Sifunchui is the name of this tree. Oh, it's a tree that's very good for its wood to make crafts like furniture, and it's fast growing, so it's kind of more sustainable than a lot of the other trees that people like to use, like a rosewood, for example, which takes hundreds of years to get big. These trees can grow fast, but also can provide the wood that they need for furnitures. I get very touchy with the planting trees. We have to do it perfect. So first we have to take off the little plastic bags. So these are how they come from the nursery. So they're explaining, keep the seedling over the hole, so any of the soil that might come out of the pot We'll go into the hole. This one's got some big roots, just ready to go in the ground. Aizini Vahacha. Manazavatan and Aizini Vahacha. Yeah, these are the roots. These are Ravana. These are the leaves. Aizini Huricha. Amni Vatana, that's the bark. Good. Yeah, I also want to point out just how good this soil is here. Soil quality is like such a hot topic around the world, but especially in Madagascar and areas that have been deforested. You know, the soils are just really low quality. And here, because we've got the forest, we've got this wonderful soil. Sara beti tanti, see? Tani tanasara, mamcha. And I also point out, smell it. Mamcha. It smells sweet because it's got life in it. And they explain, don't compact it too much because we want those roots to be able to get used to being in the soil and spread. We don't want to compact the soil. And we have to make sure to throw away our plastic bags. Don't leave those garbage everywhere. Woo, Arabina. Congratulations. Mafnarcha. Beautiful. Beautiful Mafnarcha. Yes, and next we have to water our trees. Pare. One girl said, "That's too much water." I said, "No, that's okay." They all want to water their trees. Oh, I'm too slow. You need run na. Such a. Saturday. Mafnarcha, see that? It's beautiful. Wonderful way to spend World Lemur Day. Inni anarni kakajo? Sifunsu. Me put in that? Sufunsu. Okay, I don't know that one. I don't know that one. What do we use it for? To make different furniture. De mishkarazana kakaju ati, tana tia kumba, facilita di aiza, de mishivunizi. There's a tree here that the lemurs really love. Ni voara. Voara ambadkari. Let's go check it out. Andawi sika mijeri. Andawi sika. We have to get in the forest. This is a tree that the lemurs really love. It's a ficus, and I think it's super cool because where most people know, trees usually grow their fruits at the ends of the branches. This tree decided to do it its own way, and it has what they call coliferous fruiting, where it fruits from the trunk of the tree. And so all these little balls here, these are figs. Tanjemo famishibu. Okalu. I inspired bad behavior. But this is a ficus. So lemurs love this tree. Unfortunately, there's not enough lemurs here to eat them, so it's okay that we take them. Yeah, Marna. But pretty cool, no? Classic ficus that it actually has its flowers on the inside of the fruit. So wasps get inside the fruit and lay their eggs, and while they're in there, they pollinate and create the life cycle of the ficus. It's a favorite of lemurs. There's also others like the canarium. Yeah. This is another favorite lemur food tree known as the canarium. It's kind of backlit, so you probably can't see so well, but it's got these giant leaves, and that's a favorite of the brown lemurs and the what do you call it? Beresia, rough lemurs. I think everybody's sampling the ficus now. Everybody's really into the jackfruit. As we've been walking up, there's like dozens of jackfruit trees all covered in fruit. And everybody's like, can we take it? Can we take it? And we said, on the way back, you can take it. So now we're going to go check it out. Here's one. Sanjemo, Mishini Sanakaju. Oh, and there are also giant spiders we have to watch out for. There's your jackfruit. These are still not ripe yet. And the lemurs eat these too. All right. Starting to get dark here because, it's almost 5 p.m. and we want to get the kids back down out of the forest before it gets too dark, and we're doing an impromptu nocturnal survey, and we're going to go look for some ripe jackfruit to take home. So it has been wonderful to see you all. Evrard, Lilian, Ertis, Tiniankizi Jabi, Huavi, de Miarahaba, de Manavaluma, Misere Wandafi, de Mirari Fetini Kumba Samba Chami Sika Jabi. Day is getting to be it's getting late in the day. My English is failing me. So we're gonna get ready to go. Goodbye, Beluma. See you all again.
And Misotra, thank you so much to you, the rest of the team and the students for joining us today. This has been wonderful. It was great to see you all.
Israel andafi nilazwe misocha besekam nareo tena mankasichika mafnarsha mahita nareo mitsitka tiam Macolline fishorna Macolline mampanjus ni equipa ari arabaina mahaju feti ni akumba samba che isika jabi de izin malazwe mirari sua samsara misika
De amni ma feti nyanzeng feti am
today is a party day because the World Lemur Day. Whenever we have parties, we should have a little something to celebrate. So we've got sodas, and cakes and cookies and things to go celebrate back down at the Interpretive Center. So wishing you all well here from Madagascar. Take care and enjoy the rest of your World Lemur Day. Everybody go plant a tree. Well, I guess